Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that help us make decisions quickly but can often lead to errors in judgment. Here are 10 common biases that subtly influence our daily lives. 1. Confirmation bias. This is the tendency to search for or interpret information in a way that confirms our preconceptions. For example, if you believe a particular diet is effective, you're more likely to remember stories of people who succeeded with it while ignoring instances where it failed. 2. Anchoring bias. Anchoring bias causes us to rely heavily on the first piece of information, the anchor, when making decisions. This is why sale prices seem more appealing when paired with a high original price. It makes the discount look even better by comparison. 3. Availability heuristic. The availability heuristic leads us to overestimate the likelihood of events based on how easily they come to mind. For instance, hearing about plane crashes in the news can make us feel that flying is dangerous, even though it's statistically safer than driving. 4. Overconfidence bias. Overconfidence in our knowledge or abilities can lead to poor decision-making. This bias often shows up in personal finance, where people overestimate their ability to pick stocks or time the market, sometimes resulting in significant losses. 5. Recency bias. Recency bias is the tendency to place greater importance on recent events over historical ones. This is why people might worry more about a recent market dip than considering long-term investment trends. 6. The halo effect. The halo effect occurs when we let our impression of one positive quality influence our perception of other unrelated qualities. For example, we may assume that an attractive person is also more intelligent or trustworthy, even if there's no evidence to support it. 7. Self-serving bias. Self-serving bias is the habit of attributing successes to personal factors while blaming failures on external forces. If we do well on a project, we credit our hard work. If we do poorly, we blame the lack of time or support. 8. The Dunning-Kruger effect. This bias leads people with low ability in a specific area to overestimate their competence. Meanwhile, experts may underestimate their knowledge because they understand how much they still don't know. It's why some people with little experience may feel exceptionally confident in a new skill. 9. Loss aversion. Loss aversion makes us more sensitive to losses than gains. For example, losing $20 feels worse than gaining $20 feels good. This bias can lead to risk-averse decisions, as people tend to avoid losses rather than seek equivalent gains. 10. Sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is when we continue investing in something because we've already put time, money, or effort into it, even if it no longer benefits us. This often happens in relationships, projects, or even in waiting in long lines, where we feel compelled to see it through. Understanding these cognitive biases can help us make more rational decisions by prompting us to question our impulses and assumptions.